Welcome back to Views with Hughes or Jennifer News. This is Jerome Hughes, and today's story is another Disney-related one, and it's no surprising where we see Disney is blaming the male fans once again. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, it's no secret that, Disney's has a lot of challenges put on his plate, all thanks to their CEO, Bob Iger. If he wasn't the one actually making these decisions, and then the company won't be in trouble like it is right now. Now, from the stocks taking a hit to some of their latest movies like Wish, Haunted Mansion, and The Marvels not doing so great in the box office, even their theme parks and some of their most beloved brands like Indiana Jones, Pixar, Star Wars, and the MCU seem to be struggling to keep up with their past glory. Now, there's a growing number of alternative media outlets that have been documenting Disney's decline, such as those who are YouTubers like Neurotic, The Critical Drinker, Even the Quartering, and Film Threats. Shout out to Andy Ng as well as others working there, have been quite vocal about the issues facing Disney. So what exactly went wrong? Well, it's going to be a lot, and I'm pretty sure you all know, but I'm going to go ahead and set this as a review, as well as welcoming in those who are newbies and stuff to teach them something. So first off, Disney's decision to take a hard left turn has been quite controversial. In other words, they decided to go woke. Now, their public spec with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, they're pushed towards a more openly agenda of what's called what they call the Don't Say Gay bill, and the embracement of DEI principles have been met with mixed reactions from the public, where mostly those who are in public as well as parents are against the agenda. Now, despite all of this, it seems like Disney might not be fully listening to their fans, or not listening to fans at all, who are practically begging for the company to actually change its direction. Now, Sonny Bunch, the culture editor at Bulwark, highlighted a snippet from a recent Puck newsletter suggesting that Disney is not planning on changing its ways anytime soon. Matt Belloni, who we all know of from Puck News, shared insights from an unnamed Disney executive who blamed the consumers for Disney's trouble, suggesting that the audience biases are the problem, not the company's strategies. Now, there's a lot that's wrong with that particular statement right there, because of the fact that, well, for one, it is not the fault of the consumer. Okay, it's the fault of Bob Iger. It's the fault of those who are under him in the sub companies like Marvel and Lucasfilm, even Pixar. Okay, now, Marvel has always said that men have had a bias, against Marvel since Phase 4, or just against the company in general since basically 2018. Okay, and men can't have a bias against something that they're no longer interested in, that they're no longer paying money for, they're no longer watching, they're no longer supporting. Okay, so you can say bias all you want to, but guess what? If they've gotten over and not watching your content anymore, then there's no bias right there anymore. Also, outlets like Mary Sue would say things like these, would put this forward and stuff, writing stuff like this to keep the clicks and eyes coming back to their page. Because guess what? The sites like Mary Sue, as well as many others like Jezebel and so on, are either coming to an end or have already come to an end. Now, this executive's take was pretty blunt. It's not us, it's you. You the racist, you the biggest, it's the phobe in the book. This kind of sentiment or comment reflects a disconnect between Disney and its audience, with the executive suggesting that the audience's unwillingness to embrace Disney's current direction is due to what they deem to be sexist and racist attitudes. Now, this is the kind of stuff that will lead them to actually lose customers, because for one, they don't even know who their customers is. All right, I've said this many times before. I'm going to say it again. They forget that the customers that they're trying to reach out to, the core customers, are parents. Okay, because why? Parents were once kids who used to enjoy the kind of entertainment that they put out there when they were kids. But now, since that has changed and these parents don't agree with the agenda that they're putting out there, they're not supporting it. They're keeping their kids from watching it as well. And with that being said, it's interesting to note that Bob Iger still doesn't get this because of the simple fact that he has a lot of financial institutions backing him and everything. But these financial institutions remember one thing: they won't make a profit if their products are not doing so well. That what they've if they invested something, so they expect to be successful and it's not successful, they're not going to make a profit at all. Okay. Now, critics have also been less than enthusiastic about some of Disney's recent offerings. As a matter of fact, critics have actually shown how much they've hated the final product that's been put out there. Movies like Wish, The Marvels, and Haunted Mansion, and the litany of others like Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania have done well on platforms like Rotten Tomatoes. Okay. Because of the fact that you have actual critics as well as fan audience reactions being negative, because, and they're also honest because the product that's being put out there is not so good. And while some Disney movies have reached positive reviews or received positive reviews, they haven't sparked that kind of excitement or acclaim that the Disney films are well known for. Now, interestingly enough, a brand survey done by Puck showed mixed feelings towards Disney. While Disney Inc. is seen as suffering due to its political leanings, it also showed that people might not let their views on Disney's politics affect their entertainment choices if they find the content appealing. Okay, so in other words, you have those who enjoy the woke content, and then there are also those who outnumber those who are not liking the woke content. Okay, and this brings us to Indiana Jones and Dial of Destiny. People, despite potential excitement for the sequel, flopped pretty hard in the box office, which is due to Disney's overall image problems. All right. And despite these issues, Disney still has a lot going forward. They have the upcoming series sequels like Moana 2, which they shouldn't do, Inside Out, which shouldn't have been done, and Toy Story 4 is just basically a take of desperation on their part because of the fact that they see that Lightyear was a huge flop as well. And they're taking steps to manage their finances more effectively. I believe that when I see that. And plus, they're keeping up with trends like the video game revolution. Okay. And they also put a $1.5 billion investment into Epic Games, same company that makes Fortnite. But I digress. However, blaming the audience for the company's problems, especially by labeling critics as bigots, doesn't seem like a constructive way to actually try to address and fix Disney's financial or image issues. Now, if this particular comment or sentiment is actually widespread within Disney, it could actually cause a deeper problem within the company's culture. And then also an unnamed executive, like I said earlier, even went as far as to criticize moviegoers who disagree with the company's decision, accusing them of wanting movies that adhere to what they deem to be outdated stereotypes. Now, this particular kind of rhetoric suggests a disconnect between what Disney thinks his audience wants and what the audience really wants. Okay. Nick over at Park Place, along with John Trent, have pointed out how Disney's favorability has declined among Americans, according to the poll. An anonymous Disney executive responded to this decline by blaming fans for not supporting Disney's films, which reflects a troubling stance for the company to take. Now, this executive's comments actually highlights a belief where Disney, within Disney, that claims that criticism of their movies are not about quality, but instead they're actually veiled attacks on what they deem what's progressive themes or liberal themes. In other words, wokeism. This perspective overlooks the fact that audiences simply want good movies, regardless of any underlying messaging. Furthermore, Disney's decision to actually introduce more progressive characters like a non-binary character in X-Men 97 has sparked a lot of debate, where a lot of fans had actually gave a lot of pushback against Marvel as well as Disney. While some see this as a positive step forward, others view it as Disney actually moving away from what made these franchises successful and beloved in the first place. Now, it also seems that Disney is at a crossroads where, while they're trying to adapt to different changing societal norms and everything, they're also facing a lot of backlash from a significant large number of their audience. And they still call them the silent minority. It's also a delicate balance to maintain, and it'll be interesting to see how Disney navigates these challenges moving forward. Okay. So let me know this. Do you think that their turn going the woke direction was the right move, or should they have stuck with simply entertaining other people? Do you think that they're actually going to live up to their promise of looking to save more money and not overspend? Do you think they're living up to their promise to no longer have any political interjections within their content, such as movies and film and TV and animations and so forth? Okay. If you think that, or if you think that they're not going to do that anymore, or if they're just going to simply continue with it, let me know your thoughts about that in the comments below. Let me know what you think about this video. Also, be sure to smash the like button and share far wide across social media. And if you enjoyed our sharing this video, go ahead and smash the like button and share far wide across social media. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, click the bell notification so that way you'll be notified of future uploads and updates. Until then, peace.